Welcome to the Earned by Experience podcast. This week, I have my buddy Ryan Disharoon, also known as Flyin Ryan, in the studio to hang out. Have a listen. Your fucking mustache is amazing, dude.
You think so? Well, the sides were longer, but I didn't just keep up on it like I wanted to. So I don't know. I just feel like this was the better, cleaner look, cutting it right above the lip.
Dude, I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I
Man.
love it, dude. And the tats, man, they just go.
Popping.
They go.
You know, I got my pure lure fit on.
I love it. Do you do fishing?
I do.
No shit. Where at?
Big avid fisherman.
Where at?
Offshore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm serious.
Really?
Yes.
How? Okay. Tell me about it.
Okay.
And not so much like just tell me about it, but like, so I went offshore for the first time at the beginning of the month for the first time ever. We always thought I got seasick, and ended up being I don't get seasick. I was just drinking too much that day.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about your experience. I went offshore tuna fishing.
Well,
so
I've learned.
I thought you were joking.
No. I'm totally serious. I love fishing. And I will tell you a secret that I have learned. If you take Dramamine and you think like, oh, I'm doing the right thing, you know, because some people do get seasick and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that Dramamine does the opposite for like me and a couple other guys I go with. Like we didn't do Dramamine one time and totally fine.
No shit.
Not sick at all. Yeah. So I almost think it's like I don't know, like a weird thing with that. But I love going offshore. Ryan Bell, you know him. I work with him. He takes me on his boat. He's got a 28-foot Sea Fox, and we go out there and sea bass, tuna, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's a blast. I love it. And of course, I'll just go like intercoastal and do like, you know, just fun fishing shit. But and then I'll go into the Nanticoke. We'll do croakers if they're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far? When you say offshore, how far are you guys going?
He goes to 6. Does that sound right? Some 6 place.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And then the Rex.
Okay.
I'm sure you've been out there.
I've only been to
The canyon.
Yeah. So when I went, we went like 80 miles.
That's about the farthest I've been.
Okay.
Most of the time, we're about 40 miles. Right outside the Indian River.
Indian River Inlet. Yeah.
Go out there about 40 miles.
How about the hot dog? You heard the hot dog?
Nah.
No?
Mm-mm.
Dude, there's a place out there called the Hot Dog.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
I've never seen any more tuna in my life.
Jesus.
Dude, I went out for the first time. My buddy called me up. Actually, the taxidermist did the deer.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
total badass. He said, hey, your deer's ready, but we're going to go fishing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick it up tomorrow, but do you want to go fishing? I'm like, never been offshore. I'll try it. Long story. Go out there. Good day. Heading back. We had like 3 tuna in the box. It's a 3-hour ride home. We're hauling butt back. About an hour and a half in, which put us at the Hot Dog. Boat powers down, and I'm like, oh, what, dude? You know what I mean? I'm back in the back, like kind of half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's late, long day. And they're like, dude, tuna. Dude, I look out over the side of the boat, and you ever looked out there and seen the tuna in the water?
Never.
Dude, it was, I mean it when I say it was something I've never, ever could imagine. It was insane. They were all bluefin.
No way.
Dude, they were mind blown. They were like, dude, let's start chunking them. You know what I mean? I guess they put bait on and start to chunk them, right? I don't know. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we weren't having any success. So they were like, all right, let's just see. Anybody want to try to get the riggers out and refish? Whatever. We all agreed we were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. 40 minutes, dude. Bluefin in the boat, hauling ass back. So
No way.
it was success. We had one big blue dude. And the thing is, I didn't know it, but they have to be between like 27 and 48 to keep, I think, right now. Mm-hmm. So it met the requirement. Like they were like, we don't know until we get near the boat if we're going to be able to keep it or not. But dude got up to the boat, made a good judgment call, gapped it in, dude, measured it, and it was perfect.
That's always a tricky thing too, because you look at that fucker and you want to bring it in, but you're like, I don't know if I can gaff this thing or not until I know it's the size. But no, dude, it's really cool because I wanted a boat. Like I really wanted to get like a 32-foot or something I could go out there and do. But it just seemed like unobtainable, honestly, because what I would want is ridiculous. You know, $300,000 boat. So a couple of buddies of mine, well, Ryan got into it entry level. You know, he got one that was like 28 foot. He paid, you know, minimum $1 for it. It's a super nice boat. He repowered it, so he's geared up to go.
Has he had it for a long time?
Yeah, he's probably had it 2 years.
Okay.
And he just does it on a budget. You know, he goes and has fun. But another guy I know, he bought this $300,000 boat I'm talking about, and he's always calling, "Hey man, you want to go? You want to go?" Because he knows I'm gonna throw in gas money. You know what I mean? So I would fucking told him, "All right, well I'll try and go, but I always miss out. I'm always working, but I need to go with it more. It's $100. Put fuel in the thing. 6 of us go, and it's paid for a trip. You know, it's worth it.
That's
I mean, it's
what it's all about.
yeah,
dude.
it's all about everybody just hanging out too. I mean, them guys are all cool out there. I enjoy it.
That's badass, dude.
Yeah.
I hope to go with you one of these days.
I'd love to.
And I mean it.
I'd love to. I like any kind of fishing, dude. Fishing's like key. Like it's code for I'm gonna go freaking relax and do not shit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it don't matter if you catch a fish that day. It's about being on the water. It's that smell. It's being out there and just enjoying yourself. It's not about what you brought in or anything like that. For me, anyway. And I always tell guys like, we'll go out there. We won't catch nothing. I'll be like, still chilling, happy, having a good time. Dude, we didn't catch shit today, man. I'm sorry, man. I was like,
that was me today.
Yeah, I was like, dude, don't be sorry. Like, it was still a good damn day.
Yeah. Any day you're not working,
It was a great day.
it's a great day.
Yeah. I mean, we're here to enjoy life. We're not here to work every minute.
That's what I say. That's what I say all the time, dude. We can't forget to live.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. I mean, I've heard it somewhere, but that's one of the things that I say. Like, slow down. Don't forget to live.
Yeah.
I really do mean that.
It's a fact, dude. I mean, I see little things on Facebook, Instagram all the time where people are saying, like, time is your most valuable thing. And, you know, you can have all this money in the world. And then I seen a picture of a dad holding money and then another dad sitting there holding his kid with a fishing rod at the end of the bed. You've probably seen that meme.
Yeah.
And it's like that resonates so heavily because, I mean, I do work a lot, you know, so I'm not an advocate for
Dude,
telling
you
people,
work more than anybody I know.
Yeah, so I'm not an advocate for people telling people not to work because, I mean, I need to make money and I need to do what I do. But at the same time, there's just that moment where you need to realize, hey, your kids are getting older. You know, hey, your wife is still in love with you. Let's not let that shit slip away because, I mean, in a blink of an eye, snap of a finger, it's gone, dude. And whether it be, you know, the worst case scenario where you lose somebody in your life and they're not there anymore, or whether it be just the fact that you weren't able to be there. You know, don't let that happen to you if you can help it. You know, I mean, granted, we all sometimes have to work more than 40 hours a week. I mean, especially, you know, in your business, it's not always punch the clock, you're done. It's, you carry it home with you, you know?
Yeah.
But just trying to turn that switch on and off from when you're like, you know, available to your family. You know, that's important.
And actually being there.
Yeah.
I catch myself. I'll be in the house. Dude, I love everything you just said so much. That's a huge part with me. But every now and then I find myself on my phone and I'm like, freaking put the thing down.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I'm giving them my time, but I'm also not giving them my time. So.
Well, that's tough, man, because we're it's a tool we use constantly.
And you're constantly connected to people.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's a time passer. You know, we pass the time by looking at your phone, and
that's
the next thing you know, you got elbow marks on your knees because you're on the shitter on your phone. You know, it's like it's a bad deal, but we've all been there, and you just got to remember it's family time sometimes. And like I said, if my wife listens to this, she's gonna say I'm full of crap, but I really do try my hardest to, you know, be there and be present. You know, as much as I possibly can, even if it's for 2 or 3 hours a night, because sometimes it's all you got.
Bro, you're a busy dude, man. And that's one of the things that I was going to hopefully unpack a little bit. And I don't even know if we can do it all. We can't do it in the time that would be reasonable. So we can hit on some key things that I just love so much. But, dude, you are a freaking wizard. Like, you're a good dad, an awesome husband, freaking fabricator extraordinaire, monster truck guy. Just the list goes on, and you still find time for hobbies.
Yeah,
how do you do it all?
I don't know.
I don't even want to ask that question. It's so loaded.
I think you sanction the hobby as something you don't invest a ton of time and money into, and then it still becomes that thing. Yeah,
we got a race mower extraordinaire too to add to the list.
So that's terrible, especially when your wife gets to know you. And I appreciate all the compliments, by the way. It's not taken lightly. I appreciate it. And the biggest thing is she really got to know me over these past, 14 years we've been together. So she knows when I'm going to dive into something. And like you mentioned, the mower shit, right?
Oh yeah, dude. So, deep dive.
Fabrication, had to know everything about it. Freaking still learning, still obsessed with it. It's definitely captured me. And then getting into monster trucks, another thing that I just thought would be cool and ended up being way more than something I thought would be cool.
Oh, can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
And stuntman.
Yeah, and a
Bro,
stunt
let's
man.
not gloss over that. I forgot,
Ooh.
dude.
Yeah.
Stunt guy. Anyhow, keep going, dude.
That's how this shit just trickles in, bro.
Bro, I just want to interject because your intro needed that.
Oh yeah.
You wear so many hats. Anyhow, keep going
It's
with
true,
your.
man. It's true. And, I think that the mower thing is so dumb because my buddy Ryan called me and he's like, hey, man, I think you should get a mower and race with us. I was like, dude, you don't even have a mower. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, no, dude, no. We all bought mowers and we're racing these things, dude. It's no rules. Just go have fun. I was like, all right, cool. I'll freaking buy one. So I bought one that week, went down to North Carolina and raced with the guys. And after I got done, we were sitting there just bull crapping, and it really wasn't much of an event. It was just organized chaos, to say the least. Like, it was nothing crazy. And I sat back and I said, dude, that was the most fun I've ever had in my life. He said, what, dude? I said, yeah. I said, I didn't have to one time think about anything at all. All I had to do was, even if that lawnmower did not start up or go, screw it. I'm gonna drink a beer and hang out with everybody. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I think that's what made it fun. And then it became like a thing where I'm like, dude, if I could bring this to the Eastern Shore and get other people to do dumb shit like this, then they've got to have the same outlook, at least a little bit, like I've got. Like, this is just something dumb you can get into and go do and have fun. And that's what it's been for me. And then back to where I'm saying my wife knows me so well. Well, I spent $500 on this lawnmower, and she said, "Well, that's friggin' $4,000 out the window." And I'm like,
she knows you way too well.
Yeah, I said, well, what are you talking about? She's like, the lawnmower. I said, it's $500. She said, yeah, I know the lawnmower costs $500, but you're not gonna be satisfied with that thing. I said, nah, I'm good. I ain't worried about it. We're freaking ride this sucker. Well, yeah. She's at the mark. I mean,
Bro.
she hit it on the fucking nail. And here I am with a $4,000 lawnmower.
Yours is legit, dude. I'm gonna get a picture of it and put it up if we do the video on this thing, dude. Apple puss, dude.
Yeah,
Apple puss.
Yeah, apple puss. But yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I've had some
It's
fun,
so
man.
overkill.
And the coolest thing in my life I've ever got to do, as far as just doing something that's most people would think they'd like to do and never probably get the opportunity. And I got the opportunity through doing monster trucks as the stuntman, what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have thought? It's all about. It's unfortunately, I hate to say this, is about who you know.
Okay.
It's if you know a certain person, then you can probably get the opportunity to do something more than what you would have done without them. Okay.
You're saying it may have even been overqualified, maybe? Or
Well,
you have the experience, so you weren't underqualified.
No, I was.
But is that what you mean?
No, I would say more so in like a general basis.
Or
of
there's
life.
so many other people out there
Yeah.
that could do that thing.
No, absolutely. Yeah, there was
Okay.
tons of people who
Just
could have
happen
done
to know
it.
the right person to get you in the door.
I wasn't anyway special by any means. It wasn't like, oh my God, we got to have Ryan Disharoon. He's the only one that can do this. No, it's because my friend of a friend of a friend
I thought so.
knew a guy that was in that business and got me in there, right? So that kind of resonates with a lot of things in life. And it kind of goes back to getting to know people, even people you don't know, right? So I'm big on, if I see someone in a room and I don't know who they are, and let's say I go to your house and you have a party and you got 20 people there and I maybe know 5 of them. I'm going to pick 2 or 3 people out of that room and I'm going to go around to them and introduce myself and see if a conversation sparks off.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I do. Because I just don't want to be awkward. I want to be able to mingle and not be somebody in a corner that doesn't know what's going on. And I've met some really good friends that way, dude. Like really good friends. And I'm sure you have too.
Dude, I've met you just by that.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. It's
instant bond.
Yeah, instant.
I felt like I knew you my whole life, dude.
Yep.
Literally. I shook your hand and I was like, I think I freaking like this guy, dude.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's true. And that's how it happens. And what I'm getting at is some people, and one of my really good friends told me, he's like, man, you bro down with people so fast. You're like a he almost made me sound like I was a jackass the way I like approach people. And he's right, because I kind of am. I'm like overly, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm Ryan, and blah blah blah.
It's a good way to break the ice, though,
Yeah,
especially because you're a little nervous too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the same way, dude.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and everybody's uncomfortable, when you don't know somebody. But how do you get to know somebody if you never approach somebody and say, hey, man, I'm Ryan, nice to meet you. And who knows what sparks off. Typically, you ask them what they do for a living, right?
Yeah, I'm hit 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, man, I wish that we could just be like, dude, what are you into? But unfortunately, it's the most interesting thing about us and how we identify, right?
It is.
Isn't that weird?
It's interesting.
It's how we identify ourselves.
It's interesting that you say that.
Like, we almost measure our knowledge or our worth based on that one question. Isn't that weird? I never thought about it until you just said that.
No, I think about
But
it
it's
all
like,
the time.
dude, is he worthy of my time?
Yeah.
Is he to my level or not my level? But like, it's like, is he? I don't know. Interesting. What's the next question? You know, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's funny because I actually told somebody that when we were talking about our job, and it's somebody who works with me, and I said, first of all, we talked about spending the most time at work with the person you work with versus the people at home, right? So
that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, and that's natural. That's what it is.
Isn't
right?
that crazy too?
It's a fact. You're married to the people you work with more than you're married to your wife.
Bro.
But then I told him the next thing I said, I was like, man, but think about this. When you meet somebody, what is the first thing they typically ask you? He's like, well, they ask me what my name is and where I'm from. I was like, yeah, but what do they want to know about you? He's like, where I work. I was like, yeah. They want to know what you do for a living. And then they build that whole character of you in their head based off of what you just told them.
Mm-hmm.
So if I went to you and I met you at a party and I said, hey, I'm Ryan Disharoon and I'm a carpet salesman, you probably would have been like, oh, dude, that's super cool. Is it busy right now? You really wouldn't know what to say.
Right.
But then if you go to somebody and if you're a carpet guy, you might be like, hey, do you like Berber? Or do you like, what's your deal? I'm fucking fired up by carpet. I just don't think that would strike off with a lot of people. So that nothing against carpet guys because I love carpet.
Unless you're in that space.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
who would know the right question to ask?
Yeah, maybe you're at a carpet convention.
Yeah.
But then what if I'm at your house and I'm like, hey, man, I'm a carpet salesman, or hey, I do metalwork fabrication. Then you're going to be more inclined to have questions and be
oh yeah,
interested
dude.
in what
Right.
I'm doing.
Because then you associate with it.
Yeah.
The first thing, the next thing that you think is, how can I be associated with that thing?
Yeah.
Like maybe in fabrication, they're like, oh, dude, I got this crack on my patio furniture. Could you weld it?
Yep.
That's literally immediately where it goes, which isn't a bad thing, but
Yep.
it's just one of those things that
That's how it goes.
that's what starts the whole conversation.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
It's about because you may be the coolest fucking guy in the world, like seriously. And back to the carpet guy.
Mm-hmm.
This carpet guy may be the coolest motherfucker you've ever met, but you just asked the wrong question.
Yeah.
You should have asked him what his hobbies were.
Dude, I love that.
What are you into?
I love that.
And then maybe he'd have been like, dude, I'm a surfer, I'm
100%.
BMX, or I do freaking tractor pulls. I don't know.
Isn't that weird though that we
Yeah.
don't ask that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love that because you knew kind of who I am because I showed up in my cool Lodestar.
Yeah, and you had heat waves on, so I knew right away.
Oh yeah, I party, dude, right?
I knew right away, just heat waves. Well, this guy knows racing,
Yeah.
right? And this guy, he looks cool. He doesn't look like a bum, but he looks cool, like my kind of guy. So
Dude, I love that. I
naturally.
forgot I even had them.
Yeah,
I started
no.
wearing those things way early.
I remember shit like that. I don't know why.
Dude, that's amazing because I've been wearing them since, heck, when they first were a small company. But
Yeah, now
shout
a lot
out
of people knew
Heatwave.
about him. That's why I knew, like, hey, this guy's into the same kind of shit.
But that is interesting. One of my favorite things is when, say, I meet somebody in a different space, or it could be wherever, and this is great. The bow shop. I'm an avid bow guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, when I went in to get a bow, I didn't come in there and be like, hey, dude, I'm a fabricator, hobbyist, because I'm not on your level, but this is like what things I'm associating with.
Right, yeah.
I'm a powder coater, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have to like give him my backstory to tell him I'm badass to
Right.
get a bow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's perfect
like,
sense.
some people hold that stuff in, and I'm the same way. I'm a little conservative because the first thing in a party or something, when somebody says, hey, what do you do? I get nervous because I'm like, they're only asking me because they want to know how I can help them. And that's the other bad side to that, which that's an internal thing, and it's probably terrible to think that, but it seems like, that's terrible to think that.
It's awful, man.
It is awful. But at the same time, it always rings, not always, but it's like, I don't know.
No, I get you.
I don't
man.
mean it like in the derogatory way, but like,
You should probably prefix it with like, hey, man, I do powder coat and stuff, but I don't do any customers. This is high level stuff. You probably couldn't
no, it's
afford.
not that. It's just like,
I'm kidding, man.
well, I've been to some events, and we've actually hosted some stuff at our house, dude. And this is kind of why I think that, and it's not anything bad. I love helping people. I'm the first person to pull over and help somebody with a tire, whatever. Dude, I help so many people. I actually feel bad I said that, because I am very helpful. I know. No, I won't. I'm gonna leave it in there, because sometimes I think that. I'm not gonna lie. Because sometimes that's what it ends up being, is how can you help somebody else?
That's
and
true.
that's the other side to it. That's the cold hard truth, dude.
That's a fact.
So, people look at some of the stuff you do and you invite them over and see a nice newly constructed tree house or something. And then they wonder, hey, I mean, not that they're trying to get you to do it for free, but it's like, well, I did it once. I'm not a professional tree house maker.
Because,
dude,
how many times has the shoe been on your foot though? And you met somebody and your drywall was fucked, right?
Yeah.
And they said they did drywall and you were like, hey man, I've got this drywall project you
Right.
can work on.
The difference though is I'm usually like, as a consumer side, I'm like, I'm all about it. Like I want to pay you because you're badass to do the shit that I need done.
Yeah.
But there are some
you're looking for freebies.
Right. There's
you're
sometimes,
fucking
but dude, like I said, that may have been a little brutal, but at the same time,
It's truth.
sometimes that's usually where it goes.
It's truth, dude.
But
100%.
Yeah.
And then that's somebody you should never been fucking associated with.
yeah,
You know what I
then
mean?
you just kind of mingle over and do something else.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
So I'm gonna circle back. You met some dude through the grapevine to be in the stunt space.
So I got off canter, but I think it's important to let people know.
No, it's great. I'm glad we did that.
You should go out of your comfort zone and meet people, because it's so much of my work has been because of that. Like, legitimately, it's not about my work. It's not about the craftsmanship. I mean, sure, that helps, but it's the relationships. And relationships are everything. And going back to this relationship, this is cool. So my dad, 1996, this is who I learned all this from. Big Rick.
Yeah, he's the man. I fucking love him, dude.
He's a cool dude, man.
Can't wait.
He's taught me so much stuff, man. I couldn't even put it into one podcast. But he went to the Civic Center right in Salisbury, and he wanted to do monster trucks, right? But he didn't. He had mud trucks and stuff, never done it. Well, this guy's in there racing in Bigfoot, and he breaks his rear end housing. Well, Dad's got a weld truck, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how many people in the stands that night may have had a weld truck? We don't know, maybe 5 or 6. Who knows? Who can weld? But Dad's like, dude, I'm going down there to see if I can help him.
No kidding.
Yeah, because, he seems like a cool guy. So he goes down there and autographs, talks to the guys like, hey, man, I saw you busted your rear. Is there anything I can do to help? He's like, actually, it's busted a cast on the housing, and we're going to have to load up, and we can't do the rest of the weekend. And Dad's like, well, hey, I'll give it a shot welding it. If you're cool with that, I'll bring my truck around, and I'll weld it up for you. Dad welds the housing up for the guy, and they end up talking and becoming friends, right? His name is Eric. They become really good friends. And, 20 years down the road, Dad's got his own truck, and they're racing together and really tight, right?
Yeah, this was with Backdraft.
Yeah, this is with Backdraft. Now, they go their separate ways, right? Because my dad stopped monster trucking in 2005. This guy stopped and helped his family with some, business opportunities that they had, and he was business-oriented guy, believe it or not, even though he was a monster truck guy.
Mm-hmm.
Helped him run that company. Then got in with Monster Jam and became, one of the main guys there, right? And they get talking to him, and they're like, or back up a little bit, the people from the show. So when you have the Righteous Gemstones is where this was all filmed, and Stuntman and all that in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is a pick car guy, right? Knows Eric. They went to school together. The guy that works there went to school with Eric, right?
Okay.
And he's like, hey, man, we need a monster truck. Danny McBride wants to have a monster truck on the scene. You're the freaking guy. I know you used to drive Bigfoot. And he's like, man, I don't have a truck. I never did. I just drove. He's like, but my buddy Rick has got a super cool operation, and his son's a good driver. And then he called him. We called the guy at HBO, and then it just took off.
That's right place, right time too, as well as knowing the right people.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we had
freaking
we had
rad.
the equipment, and we were prepared to do it. And at first, I didn't think anything was going to come of it, because I got listening to all the different names they were talking about bringing in, because you can't bring in someone like Monster Jam for something like that, because they're such a big corporation and they're really based towards kids, and that's awesome, fantastic. But this show, if anyone's ever seen it, is pretty freaking bad. Like, kids should not watch it.
Okay.
So they're not going to.
They didn't want to be associated.
They don't want to be
together.
associated with that.
Got it. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's a weird. I'm so pumped you said that.
Yeah,
I don't think about stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's it, man. And then phone call away. We sent a quote to him. It probably seemed super high,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just And it wasn't because of who it was. It was just because we didn't want to let them down, and we didn't want to be able to provide what we wanted to.
Right. And that was one of the things that I was thinking. I mean, to cut you off, but
Mm-hmm.
it might require more than just a regular truck. Like
Yeah.
you might need camera mounts on the thing, and you might need special change order fabrication stuff. And I'm glad you touched on that.
Yeah, well, the anticipation was that it would be high paced,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Very.
undersold.
Oh.
I mean, I'm talking some of these shoots that we did. I cannot imagine the amount of money that went into them, and that is the shot. That's it. If you don't make that shot, or maybe just most of them's one shot. And we're talking about entire structures that I had to run through. That if your truck breaks down in the middle of that, or you have something go wrong, it's very, very bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars in sets. And
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean, and we had one issue where we blew a transmission, and they were like, well, this freaking, we're going to have to rewrite the whole scene. Like, this got to go back to the writers, and they got to rewrite it. And they got to change it up because it's not going to, the sunlight's not right, and the people aren't going to be there, and it's not going to work. We said, no. We changed this transmission 20 minutes. We changed it, got back out there, and did the scene. Wow. So, I mean, it's legit, dude. And they don't even care. Like, you would think, like, someone would come at you, like, barking, like, mad as that they didn't get a shot. No, okay. We'll just do something different.
Really?
But that's your shot gone because they're not going to rewrite that script with that truck in there.
Yeah.
So the truck was supposed to be in one scene. We were supposed to do one thing, and that was run over a car. And it turned into Danny and meeting my dad.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
And-
love that.
Yeah, and they just became bros right out of the gate. And then I'm fanboying like a motherfucker, but I'm trying to keep it together because I love Danny McBride. I think he's funny as shit. And I meet him, and he kind of takes a liking to me. And he's like, you know what, guys? He's like, the Redeemer is more than just a truck. He's like, this is a character in my series now. We're like, you think so? He's like,
No
dude.
kidding.
He's like, when I saw it, he's like, the minute I saw it, because they're art guys, did all the art and everything. It looks wicked. And they're like, dude, the minute I saw it, it's a character. It's my Frankenstein. And he was like, oh shit, man, that's fucking cool. Like maybe we'll get more than one. You know, we're in damn near every episode. That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, like crazy stuff. And I got to actually go with Danny and like plan routes of like what we're gonna do and help make scenes with him. And then I became friends with the stunt coordinator, and I got into SAG, which is like the Actors Guild. So I'm like part of the union of stuntmen. So all through this, and now if there is a stuntman for monster trucks, highly likely they would call me because I have experience with film
That's
and monster trucks. It's a unique individual, right? Because
Yeah.
not a lot of people have that. And I've just met some really, really cool people, man. And we got
so cool.
we got nominated for an Emmy and got to go to the Emmy Awards, and
Yeah.
that was cool.
So badass,
Yeah,
dude.
that was cool, man.
What a ride, man.
It was
Dude, that's
was.
insane.
a lot of fun, a lot of cool people, and that's what it's all about, bro. It's
Dude.
about the people. It ain't about nothing else. It ain't about the trucks, and I could go off on a tangent, man, and I might just
Have
do
on
that
another one of these and we will.
because to a couple points on this, and I don't mean to be a show.
Dude, no. This is what I love this. I want you to extrapolate everything.
So I have been racing monster trucks for 12 years, right? And that's like people know me as the monster truck guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a monster truck guy. Let me interject.
Yeah.
But you're also a fabrication wizard. And I hope we can touch on that later because the amount of stuff that you know, and that's one of the things that is intriguing to me, is you know so many things and you're so good at everything. It's hard to be
wish.
good at a lot of different things. So
I appreciate
that's
it, man.
just amazing, dude. So monster truck guy, back when it started.
Yeah, so that's what I thought it was about. I thought it was about having the fastest truck, being the best driver, and being someone that people are intimidated to race against or go up against, right? And I kind of got to that level at the end of my career. I would never say I was to the level of some of these guys that are insane. But I took off a year for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Go and spend time with them best I can. Also running the metal shop. So I'm taking one of the big things out of the equation, one of the big time holders for me, and just being like, no. This is going to be family time best I can make it. And I have done so. But my girl, she's 5 years old.
Oh, hey, shout out to Willow.
Yeah,
Happy
Willow.
5th birthday.
Yeah, happy
Dude,
birthday,
shout
Willow.
out. I love that. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
she
Big happy
is-
birthday.
She is so badass.
Dude, I just saw that.
Yeah, she's incredible, man. And she's made me realize a lot of things about life more than anything. But we go to this show because she wanted to go. It was in Philly, Monster Jam. I haven't spectated in I don't know how long. And she's like, "Oh, Daddy, I want to go watch the trucks." And of course, she doesn't care about any truck other than like Megalodon and El Toro Loco. She ate up with it. And then she has crushes on guys like Tyler Menenga with Gravedigger and Chris Kohler, the huge crushes. So she's like, "I want to go watch them." I know what it's all about, girl. You're already starting into this shit. So we go watch the show, and I go in the back area where everybody's getting ready and getting dressed and everything and talking to all the drivers and people who put the show on. And it's like I never left. It's like all these people just gave me a hug. They didn't want to shake my hand. They gave me a hug.
100%.
They said, "Dude, what have you been doing? What's up, man? I missed you, bro." And everybody just coming to me and this totally different than what I expected. I expected to kind of get a couple handshakes and people be like, "All right, man, you better get up to your seats," you know. No. They're like, "Man, where you been? You know, wanted to hear all this stuff." I'm like, "Man, you know what, Amber?" I said, "This is what it was about. It wasn't about nothing but the people. The people that I met and people I got to be friends with, and I can call some of my best friends. I can call at any time." Now, granted, the worst part is a lot of them don't live near us, but it's still cool. I got to have that experience to meet all these cool people. And when I went rock crawling with you, that same thing resonates there.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to build a rock crawler. Still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I can't wait. Did you bring any renderings?
No.
Oh.
Who knows when that sucker will be done? I am still working on it, but Jesus.
Yeah.
I am building that in kind of the wrong mindset. I really should have just built a piece of crap because I really just wanted to hang out. That's all it was. It was an excuse, just like your podcast.
To hang
it's
out.
no different.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to do something that would bring people that you like to be around together and have some time with them.
Yeah.
And it's just uninterrupted time that you get to just be yourself and go have a good time and enjoy the same shit that your other friends love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're all out there acting like goons. And we have 4 seats now. It's cool.
Yeah.
More people.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the best.
yeah.
You know, and family time's awesome, but sometimes you need time with the boys too.
I agree wholeheartedly, dude. And also, one of the things that I think about when I think about Monster Jam is just the fans. Dude, you're out there. You're trying to put on a show, man. You guys are showmen.
Yeah,
That's another thing that, like, and I just love how much they do for the fans, man. They go out there and they just tear their trucks up, and you're one of them, dude. You go out there and you do a backflip and break the housing in half, and you do it for the fans, dude. You really do. And
this is gonna sound awful, Bryn. I don't do it for the fans.
You do it for a little part of you does.
Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you. And anyone that hears this needs to know this.
Okay.
Okay. I do this monster truck stuff and all that, and doing everything I do. I hate to say it, I do it for myself. It sounds terrible.
Dude, you're a badass.
No, it sounds bad, bro. Because I want to go out there and it's not so much for me. It's a big part of it's for me, but it's for my crew too and my people that work on it, right? And then the fans are a byproduct of what's going on out there.
But they want that. They want authenticity.
God, they love it.
Dude.
Yeah, to your point, yeah.
Right. So I'm saying inadvertently you're doing it for the fans. They want a show. Yeah. They want to see you going hard. Yeah. And if you were, I think it goes hand in hand, to be honest with you, because you're going out there and you're laying it all on the line, dude, and you're being competitive. Yeah. And that's just like Dale Earnhardt or any other legend, dude. Yeah. You're going out there and you're giving everything you have.
And that's what they came to see.
That's what they came to see, dude. Yeah. So inadvertently, you are a showman, dude. You're doing the exact job that they're paying their ticket seat, their ticket price to go see.
When you go to a concert, that guy's better be
on it.
Yeah, he better hitting his shit right, or he's letting everybody down.
Dude, I'm pumped you said it like that. Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, you do need to be out there trying to win, because that's what writes the checks, dude. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone wins, dude.
Yeah, no,
you're out there trying to win and show your crew that you're dedicated and you're a driver, which you are. You got the crew to back you, and then you got the fans out there just soaking it all up. Yeah. So it all works.
Whenever I screw up, man, or make a mistake out there, I'm like, I hate to say that this too, but like, it's not like, oh my God, sometimes. Now, if I totally shit the bed, then I'm like, at the end of the show, I'm telling every fan, hey, I'm sorry, for tonight, apologize. And they're like, no, we get it. We've been to a lot of shows. We understand. We've seen you before, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I know, how mechanical stuff is. But if I don't perform to my absolute max, I tell the guys who are on my crew that weekend, who's typically Jordan, who's always my right-hand man.
He's a savage, dude.
Jordan Fisher, shout out to him. Great dude.
Kicks
ass. Would not be where I am without him. But I wanted him to know, hey, your driver did the best he could do. And there's been times where my head wasn't in a game. I was too focused on the metal shop or too focused on issues in my personal life. And then I felt like it drug me down to the point where I wasn't performing. It was okay to let myself down because I can deal with that, you know, and I'll just beat myself up until it goes away and make myself better. When I feel like I let somebody else down, that's when it fucking hurts, man. It's like,
Dude, I get that. But that's the reality of doing it.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of everything, because that's what it takes to be at the top, is to try to probably push all that stuff aside and
Yeah.
really focus on it. And that, I'm
Sometimes
not saying that
you
you don't. I'm just saying that like that's part of the competition, is getting in that mental space
oh yeah,
and pushing it all out and being at the top of your game. So it's just natural, dude.
dude.
And that's
tenfold.
another thing is like, not only are you going out there and competing, you're beating the truck and your crew, and your guys are traveling, you're flying on an airplane to meet the truck. There's so many moving parts just in that one aspect of your life. That's just one little tiny thing of what you do. Barely anything you do.
Yeah.
Because you're also in every other facet of life.
Oh yeah.
Dude, but the amount of abuse that your body takes, you're in there
hard.
getting beat to hell.
Yeah. It's
So-
every landing is like a crash.
Bro, and you have the best equipment, the
Yeah.
best shocks, all the tire pressures, all of it,
Good
all
shit.
hand in hand, but you're still out there traveling. You're getting the shit beat out of you.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, when you look at it, you're like, we're out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're out here doing it.
That's what my dad always tells me, because I'll beat myself up pretty bad. I'm like, man, I should have won. I should have at least got fifth. You know, I'm glad we're talking last place, because it happens, right? And I tell everybody, like, you get good at losing. And my dad will tell me, hey, man, we're out here. Who else is out here right now?
Right.
You built your own truck. How many of them other drivers have built their own truck?
Bro, designed it.
Yeah.
Designed it down to where the electrical panel goes, because it's ergonomically friendly. You can reach it with your gloves on. Like, dude, I love that about it. That's so rad.
Yeah.
Like-
That's cool. That's what I love, you know?
I'm saying that you think of everything, where the tabs go for the body panels, the battery box, you know what? It didn't quite look right down here on this fabricated sheet metal bottom, whatever. I'm making it up, but you put like a killer trim ring around it and it's fully welded with a whatever.
I know what
It's
you mean, man.
excessive.
Yeah, it's out of
Everything
control.
you've not only just built a chassis, you engineered it, and I've seen you guys just scrap them. Like, not to be arrogant, but like you've refined the design in real life. You didn't just build it; you did multiple of them. But then you took them and said, you know what, that one wasn't good. I'm gonna take all the crap back off of it, and I'm gonna weld it on a brand new one, and it's a little bit lower, a little more ergonomically friendly. The four links a little better design. Whatever it is, it's lower, it's faster. I love that, dude. There's no limits with it. So
Yeah, that's
he's totally right, dude. You're not only out there competing and traveling, getting the shit beat out of you, but then you're on the computer and you're in the airport, probably designing the chassis, dude. And that's the cold hard truth of it,
Many times.
dude. I applaud you. That's why I wanted to extrapolate some of the stuff, because sometimes I'm not putting you on a pedestal, dude, at all. I freaking just admire the amount of stuff that you do, and I mean that wholeheartedly, dude, because like
you.
that's one of the things, and I want to come back if there's more to unpack on that, but one of the things that I think about the most, dude, and not the most, but I just thought about this the other day. I read a thing, and it wasn't about my ego or anything personally. I wasn't being arrogant or anything, but I read something and it resonated with me, and I wish I wrote it down because I would share it. But dude, I just looked at my hands and I'm like, just my hands.
Massive.
What? No, well, they are big, but what have they done, dude? The amount of projects and stuff, and I'm not making this about me, but just me personally, I think about how many things I've been able to accomplish.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even include everyday life. It means making money with these hands. It means spending time with your kids with these hands. Like,
Everything
all
you've
of
ever
it,
done.
dude. But like the big projects, the little projects, the computer wizard skills,
Yep.
it's just amazing that you have that too. But
Yeah.
when you break it down and you look at what one man can do,
It's incredible.
dude, it really is. You ever
Yeah.
take yourself outside of like yourself and kind of look at what you've done?
Dude, a lot.
It's amazing, dude.
Mhm.
So
It's cool, and then you look at it and you think, how in the hell did I do that?
that's the part I forgot. That's the part I forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Mhm.
That's the part. Not only did you do the stuff, but then how did you do it?
Yeah.
Dude, I think about that all the time.
Yeah, you see old past projects and you're like,
How did I do that?
dude, that was me that built that. And it doesn't even feel like it was. So much other stuff has happened since then. It
Bro, I
doesn't even-
truly mean that.
Yeah.
How did I do that?
Hmm. Yeah, it's true.
It is.
You do shit all the time, and you like. I was just at Market Street any other day, and that's a local restaurant to us. and I was looking at their floating dock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a bridge on it that hinges up and down and rolls and shit. This is before 3D CAD. This is just making shit in the shop because we were just trying to get work, and this guy was cool enough to give us work. And this thing is cool, and I'm like, I built that.
Hell yeah, you did.
I don't remember all of it. I remember parts of it, but how in the hell did we make that back then? You know, we're talking 2009, 2010.
And it's still out there.
Yeah, back when there was like hardly any cool shit out there. Like this is before Instagram was cool with like, you know, getting ideas from other people. This is like, wow, this is kind of cool. And like the influence is huge for me. Like when you talk about building some of the stuff that I built and doing the things I do, is because I want to be better than the other guy. I always want to be better than the other guy. That's my goal in life. I never want to look at something that someone else did that I feel like I'm fully capable of doing and saying, nah, he's not better than me. And you know he is, right? You know deep down in your heart that that guy is badass, better than you, probably better than you'll ever be. But you want to look at that guy and say, I can be better than him. And you keep that mindset and you will go friggin' far. And just keep your quality up, keep your innovation up. Don't get stuck in one spot. Listen to other people. And there's people that I've listened to in my career of doing metalwork and fabrication that you would look at on the street and go, dude, that guy's rough. And I mean, bad, you know, terrible. But they've taught me so much stuff. And I'm a sponge, dude.
Yeah.
I listen to everything everybody's got to tell me. Like right now, I would like to ask you how you did these cool rivets, where you got them from. I've never seen brass ones, right? Or copper, whatever they are.
They're copper.
And I think it's cool because it's like, I want to take that from you and be like, hey, I could use that in a build I'm doing or utilize that in something into my life, anything
that's what I do.
Yeah.
Dude, I've looked at some stuff, Instagram, whatever, and I probably got that idea somewhere I saw, and I was like, well, how can I apply it to something that I put my creative twist on it?
Yeah, it's
I did not know how to make a 3D sign, dude.
It looks sick.
Yeah, thanks.
It's inspiration, and it's what drives you as a creator more than a fabricator or a metal guy. It's like any artist can resonate with what I'm saying when I say that you just want to create something that is truly out of your mind, but inspired by others.
I think that's what the big picture is.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. And I've taken a lot from watching people who sometimes weren't great at one thing or they were better at something in a different avenue and just learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said you do at our shop. When you come in, you're like, hey, I'm check this out, check that out. Because
dude, I love just being around you guys.
It's just nice to get the wheels turning.
Dude,
you know?
Bouncing ideas.
Yeah.
And like you might think about something in a different way. I think about the same thing. Like show us the same picture.
Yep.
And then your brain does this, and this, and my brain goes boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And then we could collab, and then we're like, whoa, dude, look at that. Holy cow, look at this. So
that's the coolest things.
Dude.
Like everything through my shop, there's not many things that I build that I don't go ask, maybe even a random person who has no like idea of even what I'm doing, and go, hey, you think this looks cool? And I look at it and be like, what is it? Like, what's an independent front suspension for a truck? This is just recently. I was building one for a mega truck, and the guy was like, yeah, it's freaking sick. What is it? I'm like, this is the A-arm and the A-arm and all that. He's like, oh, I see it, dude. You did that? I'm like, yeah. Do you think it's cool? Like, I don't care about anything else. Does it look cool? Because I've focused on dimensions and angles and camber and caster so much that I want to know if this looks cool. He's like, yeah, it's cool.
So you packaged it all?
Yeah.
And got it to look cool.
Yeah, and I got it to look cool, which is awesome. I've had many times where a friend of mine, Zach, who used to work with me, he would come up to something and be like, that's cool, but it could use this or this, you know, and I would take that and be like, not as a, really, you think it looks bad, but like okay, cool, yeah, thank you, man. I think you're right. I see what you mean. Move this way, or do a cut or a fillet on something, or a scab plate, just anything to make it look. Because sometimes you can build something as the most functional thing in the world, and you forgot like the form. You know, it's like I need to look cool too, because no one gives a crap about how it functions as long as it's sitting there on display and everybody's like, wow, that's so cool looking.
Yeah. You
got to hit both function and form. You know, that's always hard.
Dude, you guys do a good job of it almost every time. I've never seen one thing that you guys have done. This isn't like praising you, but like all the stuff you've done, every time I see it, I'm like, how do they do that?
Thanks, man.
How do they do that, dude? How do they freaking do that?
I've tried to push it into the industrial world too, because a lot of our work is industrial fabrication. And in an industrial world, no one is worried about how something looks typically. They're worried about how it's going to get the job done and it will do it reliably. and I just take it upon myself because I am who I am. Like I want this thing to look cool too. So, and that's actually paid off because I've had quite a few customers come to me and be like, "Hey, you know, not only does this stuff work, it actually looks really nice." I'm like, "Well, I appreciate it."
That's
and,
big.
Yeah, it is big.
That
for
sets
me.
you guys apart.
Yeah, because because
Like nobody
everyone's-
else is doing it.
No.
They're just making it work, and that's it.
Yeah,
It's
and
a function, sure.
and some people who have experience of looking at things and knowing what a good weld is, or knowing what a symmetrical part is, or something that's the basic premise is it level, is it square? Like all that QA stuff's going through in my shop, and I've got the best guys in the business doing it all, right? But then it's at the same time, is it kind of cool looking when it's done? Like, is that a neat looking part? And then you get people who appreciate things that are nice. You know, the same guy who's running this plant probably drives a really nice car.
You're not wrong.
You know, he probably didn't go on the lot and was like, well, you know, I'll just take the old Corolla that's a 94 for 1,500 because it'll get me to work.
Yeah.
No, it got him to work the same thing as his Escalade did. But at the end of the day, he was wanted the Escalade because it was pretty.
Yeah, I think there's something too though. Like if the industrial place looks cool, the workers or whoever's in there has a feeling of like maybe they take more pride, or it's just more enjoyable to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes hand in hand, and
Yeah.
it's inadvertent stuff that you don't even realize.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But when you take it away and put the crude, just squared stuff back in there, like say they had another company come in and replace it all,
Yeah.
they're like,
What's this?
what is this?
Yeah.
Now we're accustomed to this, like flowed, everything flows. And the cool thing is it builds off of it. Like
It
the
does.
next time, say in 20 years or 10 years when that stuff is all rotted out and trash and whatever, and the technology is even faster now, and we're doing some incredible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to build off of that. Their expectation is that, like,
I
you've
agree.
raised the bar.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool to me. You're pushing the bar higher in your industrial areas where
I'm
some
trying
people
to.
are just doing the minimal to get in there and just make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
That's what sets you guys apart.
Yeah, and I agree. I do 100% with that because that is the case. I mean, there's a lot of contractors out there who are, you know, old boys. They've been in there 40, 50 years, and nothing to them, nothing against them because they got kick-ass equipment. The shit works. It's reliable. They've got a good service to go behind it. Everything else is great. But are they keeping up with the new times? Are they listening to the facility? Are they hearing their issues, what they need, and what
Production,
you can bring?
and, yeah.
Dude, take advantage of all that because that's going to set you apart for the next guy. You're going to be like, just listen. Like they're going to say, oh, we can't really clean this. Like I'm talking about a minimum wage dude, nothing against that at all, but someone that's in there just passing time, you know, washing stuff, cleaning up trash. And that guy goes, you know what would make my job a lot easier, man? And you're like, what's up, brother? Well, if this trash can had bigger wheels, because these little wheels get hung up on everything. You know, I was using this as an example. And you're like, bigger wheels on a trash can. Why didn't anybody else think of that?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a guy who uses the piece of equipment all day long. This could be a conveyor or a chute or something like that where someone's like, man, if someone would make one of these where you could see the belt, we could wash it. We can't wash this thing. This is a junk. And you listen and you're like, okay, how can I implement that in my design? And then that guy's going to be happy. And then when his boss asks him, how's everything going, man? And he says, man, this is great. This is so much better than the last thing I had. Then you're the man. They're like, dude, shit works. People are happy. Hey, call them back.
I love that.
I don't know. Works.
Yeah. And it's functional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And everyone had a little input.
Yeah. It's all it's all about. It's like you said with collaboration, man. It can go a lot of ways. It can be in many avenues, but collaboration is the key.
Dude, I think about that. Remember that story you told me a while back when I was at the shop? We were metal breaking that, I don't know what it was, a gas tank man or something. Mm-hmm. And you were like, we were doing these little parts, and this guy came up with this great idea, and it was a PVC elbow with a piece of twine on his shoulder or something. Yep. And I'm like, I love the simple things in life.
I do too, man. And you see shit like that, and it humbles you because you're like, I would have went out, I would have bought a tool cart, and that wouldn't have been even what we needed. It would have just been something I could go buy because I wouldn't have thought of that simple thing. This guy, like to your point, took a 6-inch PVC elbow, wrapped a string around his neck, and put all the bolts and nuts in this thing, and he was working out of it like a satchel.
I love that.
And it's just primitive thinking, but that's a genius.
It is genius. And it honestly is probably how a lot of things are started. Like, I mean, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but like, I look at some products like this, I don't know, it's a roller thing you lay on your back, and it's like the color of industrial like PVC that's underground.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's 100% some freaking worker
It's because-
that was like
schedule
hurting
80.
on his back,
Yeah.
dude, and rolled on it one day and was like, you know what, this feels good. I'm gonna make a roller out of it, and then it caught on. And next thing you know, I assume that's what it was. I honestly don't
I
know.
bet you're right,
but
man. There's tons of stuff like that out here in this
I
world.
love it, and that's probably how things evolve. You know, I mean,
The
it has
worst
to
thing
be.
about where we live in time now is the fact that I know that you've done this. You've thought of something to yourself and been like, dude,
It's an idea.
I could make that. That's cool. I should Google it first. Someone's done it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
disappointing.
son of a bitch.
It's kind of
How?
annoying, dude.
Yeah, it pisses me off.
Well-
so I'm like, no freaking way. Somebody already thought of this, and then damn if they didn't.
Dude.
And they're making probably millions. And it's
Yeah.
like, son of a bitch.
I think about that too. Is like, what else are we gonna do one of these days? Like, is it saturated? Is everything so saturated? But with what you do, it's
I don't think
limitless,
robots will take our
dude.
place, man.
And I love that you can take and make these things work in real time. Like you've shown me some stuff of things working, and you know without a doubt if it's built as drawn, it's going to be leveled, it's going to be plumb. The thing's going to work at this RPM. This motor is going to be on here. It's got these safeties for this door. Dude, the interlock systems and the engineering that you guys do in those electrical enclosures is top notch. And I come from that background, dude. So I guess that's why I take such a notice to it. So so the average person probably wouldn't notice if you just said, hey, here's this conveyor. Dude, and what I'm referencing to was it was a ride platform you guys built down in Ocean City.
Yep.
And it was for a ride. And dude, the door had to have some kind of safety interlock. Yep. And I was mind blown because it was an air operated door with these switches and controls. And I'm like, they think of everything every time, dude.
Yeah,
and that thing gets moved to different towns, or maybe not towns, but it gets moved.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be level and be able to be functioning
Yep.
in the worst conditions.
Yep.
So that's just the coolest thing, dude. I take notice of all that stuff. And I think that's probably what I'm drawn to you so much is because our brains work a lot alike, dude.
I agree.
I love the industrial stuff. I love the fabrication and this everything, dude. I am, I think, a better version of who I am when I met you because of you. Dude, I mean that wholeheartedly. That is from my heart. Like, it elevated me, like you were talking about earlier. I want to be like that guy. Dude, the stuff I was seeing, it was primitive at the time for you guys, the plasma table.
Yeah.
That was primitive.
Yeah.
You guys had installed it, and we're already planning the next thing.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing to me. You never stop. You never stop. But that's what makes me want to be better. And I'm a hobbyist, dude. I'm told you from the beginning. I just want to be your guys' friends and just learn from you and do cool stuff together and whatever. You've elevated my personal skills to beyond what I ever could have exceeded. Like, I never could have imagined what I could do.
Shit, you're pretty bright, man. You would have got it.
Dude, it's been amazing, dude. And even just opening my mind up to more things. Like before, it was just like, can I get this bolt in this hole? Boom, 3/8, you know what I mean, bit. I don't care. Now I'm like, no, let me see if I can chamfer the edges. Maybe I'll grind a little bit. How can I inset it? Like with I'm losing my train of thought, but you know what I'm talking about with the little bit.
Yeah.
Where it chamfers the edges so far and you put a tapered seat bolt in there and it's clean and flush. And I'm like, that's something you guys would do.
Yep.
I think about that all the time. It just adds
That
that
means a lot, man.
other level of professionalism and down to like, dude, I've seen the renderings that you do and I don't know, you probably didn't even notice that I saw it, but like, dude, it was giving you a McMaster list of the parts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, and I'm a huge fan of McMaster parts. So I'm looking at your dude, as you're building it, you're inserting these parts from the freaking catalog of an online store that deals in commercial parts.
Yep.
And they've already done all the hard work to get the part in the drawing.
That's right.
But then you can see how the thing functions fully set.
Yeah, using real life things. And I
and it gives you a parts list.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like SolidWorks is the program that I've become wholeheartedly in love with. Like,
Dude, you're one with it.
I am one with it, bro. I am not gonna lie to you. Something clicked, and I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it because I'm such a like a hands-on guy more than a computer guy at this time. So as I got into SolidWorks, I was like, well, shit, I can see where it's handy. I just don't think I'll ever be able to use this because this is way over my head. And I kind of got forced into a corner where I had to learn it. And I think that's how everybody kind of learns a lot of things that they didn't think they would even want to do, and they end up loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the biggest thing in our company that has made things duplicatable. Like you can replicate something or even fine tune. Like, let's just say that you ordered a part for me 4 years ago and you were like, man, I loved it. I want to get another one. You're like, bring it back in. I got to measure it and remember how the hell I did it. Or with the modeling software, you're able to pull it back up. Oh shit, here's how we did it. Here's what it looked like. Did you like it? Did you want holes different sizes? No, I liked it the way it was. All right, cool. Laser bend, weld, out the door.
Yeah.
Before, like I said, it's hard. And then you got a lot of funky stuff, something that's one-off, and that seems to be our specialty. Someone comes in with something that you've never heard or wants something done, and it's just someone's idea, but they just don't have the capability or the tools to do it. So you take their idea off of a napkin, or not a napkin, but a piece of paper or a construction paper, fold it up into like a little thing, and they're like, man, this is what I think would be cool. I just don't have a way to do it. And you just, reverse engineer it into a model, and you can give them a part. And then they want 100 of that part. They want to change that part. Like, it goes on and on. And that's where we're able to make money with the tool, is it's just being able to replicate something, over and over again, the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because by hand, you're unable to do that.
I agree. And the level of professionalism that you guys have reached, you can't go backwards.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you got there.
Yeah.
You're able to do it. So, like, you can't go in reverse.
No.
So
everything we do. And that's why I was the one guy that did SolidWorks, and I was scared to have anyone else learn it for one sole reason. It's something that not a lot of people are good at in our industry. Now, SolidWorks is a well-known software. Everyone uses it to build crazy stuff. We're talking airplanes, rocket ships, boats, anything that you see that's look like it's been metal fabbed up. It was done in some kind of 3D modeling software. So I got to the point where I was comfortable with it, and I felt like I was pretty good. And if I taught someone else, they would probably go leave me at our shop and go work somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my fear. I'll teach this guy. This guy will roll.
Right.
It got to the point where that fear just had to get out the window because I couldn't do it all by myself. I was driving myself crazy. I mean, everything that came through that door, can Ryan model it? Can Ryan model it? Because it'll be so much easier if he just modeled this than me doing it by hand. We're going to save 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Now I got 6 people doing it.
That's badass.
Most of them every day.
That's so sick.
It's crazy, dude.
Dude, that's insane.
I've lost some people since then, and oddly enough, they're not even using that trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a hell of a trade to learn because it's a really unique individual that is not only a fabricator but someone who can model on the computer too. And I'm not trying to say like I'm a unique person or anything, but
dude, you're very unique.
Well,
in everything you do. I mean, that's why you're here.
Yeah, I guess, man.
That's why we're here.
But I just think that it's cool to do that because I've had engineers that I've worked with and super smart guys. I'm talking about people with engineering degrees and absolute, geniuses. But they've just never built anything before. They've never fabricated anything before. So they don't have that mindset of I'm engineering this. And this happens even with a car that you buy and you're like, why in the hell did they put a bolt right here, right? Or you get a part and you're like, why did they not weld this all the way around? Right?
Yeah. Or how to get the oil filter out of your Ram.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's because
not straight down.
That's because that dude never probably did it.
All right, I know.
You know what I mean? So like,
I know.
I take people that come through my door at the shop who want a job or someone who has already been working with me for a while and is I would call it master fabricator in my opinion. I've got quite a few of them, and whether it be a machinist aspect or a sheet metal, guy or a pipe welder, whatever their thing is, they're a master fabricator in my eyes, and they're ready to take it to the next level and layout because all these guys know layout, right? Layout. Layout is some squares, some soapstone on the floor, some tape measures, straight edges, and you can build just about anything you put your mind to,
mm-hmm.
right? But then you add that computer aspect, it comes kind of like, I don't know, like you're nervous at first and it's kind of new and it's like, man, I'm not a computer guy. I don't need this shit. But then you start using it, you realize how like user friendly it can be and how good it can make you at your job and more efficient. And those guys are like, this is the best thing ever. And they build some of the coolest stuff.
Dude, it's opened my eyes. The first time I was exposed to it was when we were using Bentech.
Mm-hmm.
And even Bentech, you were like, at the time you were really good at SolidWorks. But Bentech to you is like, dude, it's like analog. Like, I don't even know how to show you how to do it, but you did. You took your time. You showed me what I needed to know at the time. And oddly enough, I'll go down this rabbit hole a second. I kind of blended the two. At the time, I wasn't on board with any of it. I had no clue. I'm a layout guy. But on the ground, I can do this bend, do this, and this, hole saw this, boom, boom, boom.
You're fast as fuck.
100%. Dude, made the whole roll cage so I knew what I wanted rendered wise. And then I just printed that out, and then I made it by hand.
Yep.
So I didn't use any of the stuff that was at my disposal with the perfect notches that you cut out of the paper. And at that time is crude, dude. If I would,
that's how I build a lot of shit. Though.
I know it works, but
it works good.
It works. But when you get a taste of modeling it and then seeing on the computer, going out and doing a cut file or cutting it out, and then having this piece in your hand that all you need to do is weld or bend it here, and then weld it, you're like,
how good does it feel? How good does it feel when it fits perfect? I
didn't have to grind for 20 minutes.
Right.
It was perfectly cut, and I just had to put one bend on it. Dude,
it's insane.
It's amazing.
It's cool, man. And like I said,
you guys have taken it to the freaking next level, dude. Like,
it's a curse.
VR. You're doing the dude. That windshield frame still has the dots on it from when you modeled it for the Willies, dude. Isn't that cool? I don't think I'm ever taking those things off, dude.
No, I should have done it, man.
No. I should have gave them back to you at the time. I don't know, but I just love it. Actually, I'm gonna make a spot for it on the wall because it's so significant to the space.
Yeah, that's sweet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just cool.
It is cool. That was a cool project.
Dude, that was one of the coolest things ever was that windshield frame. I honestly, that's the top to the Willies. I kept it.
Oh, shit.
When I sold the Willies, I said, hey, this won't mean anything to you, but it means everything to me. I'm going to keep that. And if it makes the deal or breaks the deal, I'm okay with it. Right. I'm keeping it.
Right.
So those are the two pieces off the Willies. I wanted to keep the windshield frame, but it was part of it. Yeah. That was one of the coolest things ever, dude. You knocked it out of the park.
It was your vision, bro.
Dude, your vision. You absolutely nailed it.
Thank you.
Dude, that was insane.
Well, one day I will get my shit done and we'll be able to go out and enjoy it.
Dude. You keep saying that. Mine's going to be sold by the time that you get yours done. Probably. Did we just buy it? Buy mine.
No.
Come on.
Honestly, I get more joy out of building shit.
I know. You could never. I know.
It's terrible. I love the drive. But I love building shit.
Dude, that's why I have them. That's why I have all this junk.
Because you get done with something, you're like, what am I going to build next?
That's my curse.
I know it's a curse. I have the same one.
Yeah. I'm like, am I ever going to be happy?
No. Simple answer is no.
Yeah. You know what's making me happy right now? Having a project that is just wasting away in the garage.
Hey, if that's fucking...
No, it's not making me happy. But it's making me content. It's the craziest thing ever, dude. Mm-hmm. You're probably the only person I could talk about this particular thing, but that Jeep truck...
Because you're in the middle of it. It's a project going on. It's not finished, so that's kind of cool, right?
It's still cool. Yeah.
But it's cool that it's not finished.
It is.
That's the cool part.
And it gives me something to, like, right now, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
But dude, 3 weeks ago, I was so fired up. I was going to freaking finish that thing, take it on this adventure, and then I built a podcast studio. Like, I make all these excuses to go in front of it. It's kind of cool, though, that I know it's just sitting there waiting for me to come there. And for my brain, for my personality, I almost need a project that's sitting there that, like, I'm not ramrodding it like all my other stuff, but it's like, what's keeping me content from starting another project?
It hits home with me, bro. Hits home hard because I am not going to lie to you. I was thinking the exact same thing not long ago. When I bought that Kaiser and then all the shit I bought that I'm not even using. But my wife told me, she said, this project needs to last you more than 3 months. She said, I know how you are. She said, I'm not even going to see you for the next 3 months. This bitch is going to be done and at SEMA or something. I'm like, no, I'm going to take my time. She said, no, you're not. You're about to spend $30,000 probably. And it will be done. And it'll be on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. She said, you know how many people have worked on the same car for like 10 years?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, but I mean, that's going to eat me alive.
They never get them done.
Yeah, they never get them done, and they die, and that bitch is still in the garage, and then it gets sold, and then no one ever knows what it was supposed to be. And I'm like, and I'm making all these excuses, and she's like, no. I'm not saying you have to spend your entire life building it, but at least like make it last a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay. And this has been 2 years now, so I've beat my goal.
Yeah.
But it is nice to know that it's a project that I am working on, and when I have time, I've invested into that, and I think I'm going to end up with a better result because of that. Because I'm not hammering down to the wire like, dude, this thing's got to be done. We got to run brake lines in 2 hours. No, I'm going to take my time and do it how I would really, really want it to be. Because if not, I'm not going to be satisfied. And it's just right down to the engine choice. I've just changed recently an engine choice, and that's a huge decision. But I knew I wasn't going to be 100% satisfied, and it wasn't going to be exactly what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
I tried to tell you when I saw it on the freaking thing. There's two things that I want to say to that. Maybe just one thing. One thing is I know your personality, and I know how you redesign the chassis on the monster trucks, and it's always got to be the best and the baddest and all that, right? But the thing is you went back through and made it. And I know you don't want to build a rock crawler twice because it costs a lot of money and all that. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes you got to meet in the middle and get started and then come back through and revise it. Yeah. So I'm not saying chassis-wise. Don't do that. No, that was a great decision. No, the chassis that needed done, the motor is huge to that. So I'm glad it took this long. But what I've learned in my own life is, and that's what I made this decision 3 weeks ago on that truck, take smaller bites. I have all these big aspirations, and they will get done. But right now, I don't have the time to dedicate to it like I used to. Mm-hmm. I used to stay out until 3 a.m. and thrash, dude. And that's where, from 10 to 3 or 10 to 2 at night, I would just get stuff done. And now I'm like, well, I can't quite do that. I need to be up and at it early in the morning. I've kind of changed my lifestyle a little bit. Yeah. Which is for the better, but I just don't have the time I thought I used to have. But what it wasn't the time I had. It was time I was stealing from the next day. Does that make sense? So like, dude, I was not functioning. But my point was I've recently decided smaller bites. All you know what? Instead of doing the trailing arms in the rear and doing that whole bed cage and the 4-link and all that jazz, what I'll do is I'll finish that up and finish weld it and paint it, make it look pretty. Get the fuel tank in there and do all that stuff, and I'll drive it as a truck. I'll drive it just because the front's done. The front's on leaf springs. It's all analog BS.
Just go have fun with it.
Go have fun with it. Drive it. You know what? And then wintertime comes, I'll back it in, and I'll freaking 4-link the front or 3-link the front, do coilovers, and then explore like a top and other stuff. But
I mean, to your point on that, like, I think it's important to hit on is like, because you didn't hit it all at once, you had time to think about the other stuff you were going to do.
That was the second thing.
Yeah. So you bring it back in after you've waited 2 or 3 months, and you don't even do the same shit you had planned originally. You know what I mean? You're like, well, I've looked at this thing a while, and I've thought about it, and that just ain't really what I want.
Exactly.
And then that's like the biggest thing for waiting, dude, is like, you don't just jump on something because it has to be done, and that's part of the list, and you want to cross it off the list, and it's done now. No, you want it to be the best it can be. And the best it can be is you sitting back and being like, all right, I've seen it for about 2 weeks now, and I know that that's what I want to do. Sometimes it's exactly what you planned, but most of the time it's like totally different. It's a different design. It's a different way of doing something. And you're like, man, you know what? I'm glad I actually took the time. And you dedicated that time, that 4 hours to that one little thing versus 4 hours to the whole list.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. And one thing I've learned, and my father-in-law says this all the time, dude, procrastination is the key to flexibility. And you can unpack that however you like. You can use it as an excuse. You can use it for inspiration, whatever. But one of the things that I think about the most is exactly what you just said. You might come back to that with a totally different idea. Or like you saw something at SEMA and you're like, I can incorporate that into this.
Yeah.
I love that. That's literally my life. And that's kind of like the artistic thing you were talking about earlier, where you just take a bunch of different ideas and collaborate them into one.
Yep.
Freaking, that's how we build the cool stuff that we end up with, I guess,
absolutely.
at the end of the day. So
that's how it works. That's how it all works, man.
I love it.
People that are better than you, and you just want to be better
than them. Well, I just look at them. I think you're more competitive than I am, and I'm competitive. I mean, I like to race too and whatnot. I don't really care at the end of the day if I mean, I do want to win, but at the same time, like, I always come with like the biggest piece of junk. Yeah. So I always never fail to fail. But
being a good loser is the fucking best.
Oh, it's the best. I love it. But I look at people like you and others that are like you, and they elevate me. They elevate me and make me want to be a better person. Yeah. Whether it's a fabricator or picking up trash on the side of the road or whatever. I'm like, man, they have good qualities, and I just like that.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
something
make me
that's-
want to be a better human.
Thanks, man.
So
I feel like a really great guy right now.
dude, you are the best, man. And I hope that we just did a little bit of justice on just scratching the surface.
No, I think it was good.
It's just fun to get on here.
Yeah, I could bullshit with you for hours.
I know we could, and we will after this too, I'm sure. But I want to wrap it up and be respectful of your time, dude. But we unpacked a ton. I mean, if this ends up being an episode, I'm gonna be tickled, dude. Absolutely tickled. It should.
That's some good stuff,
dude. Absolutely perfect. You hit on all the points that I was hoping to touch on.
I know it wasn't exactly what you would expect to hear from me, because a lot of people don't know me as a person, but this is me, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the best part is even as big as like your name is and your monster truck career and all the stuff you've been into, when you're around you are you. You're just a regular dude. I love that. And that's who we are. I mean, everyone is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Danny McBride, just regular dude.
Thought he would be the wayest, coolest guy, like that want to talk to me, and turns out he's just a regular fucking guy.
A regular guy. We all are, man. We just get kind of put in those positions, and we're just regular people. And I'm not anybody in any position. I'm just saying, like, you, I can see where it happens. You know what I mean? So
I can tell you right now, man, don't sell yourself short. You are incredible at everything you've ever put your mind to that I've seen. So you should be proud of yourself.
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
I mean that.
Yeah.
Just right down to this room that we're sitting in.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people can just take a loft and turn it into something cool to sit in and talk? We wouldn't have sat in here and talked on what was here before.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself, man. Because
man.
anything you put your mind to, you're driven. You follow through, which is a lot of people lack in follow through. You're a follow through man, and you should be proud of yourself, dude.
Thanks, dude. I really am, and not in an arrogant way, but I just look at it and I think, man, and that's one of the things that had to be true to the space, dude. I really wanted this podcast, and I wanted to resonate with people, and I wanted the work in the space, like in this area, to really show how much I wanted it. So when it comes down to the sign or this thing and like hand burnt the wood and stuff, like it's little stuff that I know I did. I know that people are going to see it, but like each one of these boards is burned too. I'm not like trying to talk it up even more, but,
no, but I mean, it's
I wanted it. Like when the first time you guys came to the powder shop, you were like, dude, this shop is badass.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
Yeah.
It needed that same vibe, like to be real to me.
First
like
impressions are everything.
Dude, you taught me that.
Yeah.
You taught me that.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I walked in here, it's legit.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I hope it grows. I hope I can set up the ergonomics a little different or whatever, or maybe you take your advice later or whatever. But I like the setup. It seems kind of cool, man.
I love it.
But for
it's a cool atmosphere. It's chill. The lighting's good. Big lighting guy. You got the lighting on point.
First thing you commented on, yeah.
Yeah, I like the lighting. It's good.
I love it, dude. It's comfortable too.
Yeah. Warm white's where it's at for lights.
Yeah.
I'll go cool white.
The air.
Yeah. Oh.
Killed it.
Oh.
We're definitely not sweating here.
No.
I love it, dude. Well, I just want to give you a sincere, heartfelt thank you on the mic, dude. I really do. I know I've probably overdone it, but thank you for your time to come in here.
Thanks for having me.
I really do appreciate it, dude. I know you're busy with family and everything that's going on in your life. It really meant a lot to me that you even picked the day and the time, and I was like, I love that, dude. Tell me when and where. So
I just told somebody this morning, I did something for him, and I know it's just fucking up the closure, right?
No, it's not at all.
But the guy told me, he said, man, I owe you big time. I helped this guy out this morning. And I said, bro, you don't owe me a fucking thing. He's like, no, I owe you, bro. I was like, if we ain't got friends, we ain't got nothing. I said, that's it. I said, you're my friend. I helped you out. That's it. I don't look for nothing in return, man. It's all about friends. If you ain't got friends in this world, you are going to be one lonely motherfucker.
Even at the top.
At the top, bro.
Dude, biggest amount of money you could ever have.
If you ain't got friends, dude, you ain't got shit.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I'm so happy we realized this at such a young age.
Yeah.
And we're not experts. I'm not a wizard. I'm not an expert at anything.
I'll look at this when I'm 50 and be like, you dumb little bastard.
100%. We had no right to say the stuff we were saying. But at the same time, you hit on so many good topics. And like, man, that's going to resonate. I really do believe it.
Yeah,
so,
hell yeah.
I love it, dude.
Me, man.
Dude, so pumped. Thanks. Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. It was a true pleasure to have Ryan in the studio. Tune in each week for new episodes. Peace.